Great. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the July Did You Know webinar. Today, we are going to talk about promoting your in-person and online events using FMG tools. I'm Amy Galli. I'm the Vice President of Product Marketing, and today I have with me Susan Theder, our Chief Marketing and Experience Officer. You'll notice that Elise Lambert, for those people who come to these a lot, is not here right now. We are guest hosting for the next few months while she is on maternity leave. So just a little housekeeping to get us started. The recording will be sent to you after the webinar, so don't worry about taking copious notes. Do look out for our follow-up email, because in there we're going to include a checklist that we think will be really helpful. And as always, we'll do a demo at the end, so if you want to log in and follow along, you can do that as well. Just a reminder, in case you missed last month, we did getting your segmentation and messaging right. This was a great one. You can find all the replays of these Did You Knows on our new YouTube channel. There's great stuff in there. So in addition to finding all these replays, there's a lot of stuff from Samantha and Susan in there. So great place to go for some marketing best practices. For today's agenda, we're going to talk a little bit about why events are great for your business. We're going to give you some in-person event ideas, talk about how you can drive leads with webinars, and then we'll close with showing you a demo of how to do this in our event builder and promote all your events from the beginning to end there. All right, Susan, will you start us off?
I would be happy to. Thank you. All right. So we did a research study with wealthmanagement.com, and we were really surprised. We asked advisors what marketing activities they participate in, and client events was, I think, maybe one of the top 5, but webinars was actually, I think, only about a third of advisors did webinars. And this is another stat from Investment News that 88% of financial advisors believe that hosting events is an effective strategy for increasing brand awareness and differentiating themselves. Yet we don't see that correlation with 88% doing events on a consistent basis. So we want to talk to you today about how to make it super easy using the FMG platform to execute events, and also share some good ideas that hopefully will motivate you to walk away from here and schedule your next event. The benefits of events, I think, are pretty obvious. I'll just hit on a couple. If you think about it, they're a great way. Certainly a virtual event is such a scalable, inexpensive way to get in front of a lot of clients and or prospects and convey either valuable information that's financial in nature, or even to do a virtual event that is more of a, networking or client appreciation event. There are a lot that have been going on that have had really successful, build a charcuterie board. They're great for lead generation. It does create your brand because it gives you a chance to be in front of people, whether it's virtually or in person. And of course, it's one of the things that probably has the greatest correlation with strengthening client relationships and generating referrals. As we like to talk about it, you're creating referable moments that make it extremely easy and intuitive for a client to want to talk about you, and that leads to introductions.
Yeah, and I just watched the webinar that you and Sam did a couple of days ago, and I know that you talked about, benefits will be different based on, you're going to pick your goal of each of your events, whether it's that small client appreciation event where it's building deeper relationships, or, building those leads with the bigger webinars.
Now, these are some event ideas that we have for in-person. This is one of the most, I've been at a lot of advisor events, and we've done round tables. And one of my favorite topics is going around the table and hearing the creative ideas that advisors come up with for events, especially the in-person events. And yes, I was looking at that. We are going to send a replay of this. We actually just completed a webinar with an advisor, and he is doing I might get the order of the B's wrong, but he's doing beer, bourbon, and burgers, could be barbecue, event at the end of the summer. And he's had like a raving, response from clients, and they all are asking if they can bring prospects. So a great idea. Some other ideas we just came up with as you're thinking about planning event, obviously sometimes, especially the in-person events, do take some time to plan. So you can be thinking about what would you want to do maybe in September or October. And an idea that Amy and I came up with is doing a holiday photo card professional shoot. So everybody, not everybody, but most people are thinking about holiday cards, especially those that have families that have children. And so what a great event, hire a professional photographer, pick a beautiful location, have food and drinks and maybe a jumpy for the kids, invite your clients. For those that are grandparents, invite them to bring their children and their grandchildren. Fur babies are obviously included as well. And even to invite friends. You might want to ask your ideal clients to bring their friends. And you have a photographer there who takes the pictures. You give the proofs to your clients and prospects as a gift. They're talking about this event, they're talking about the day, and then there's the actual photo that they are going to talk about, all giving an opportunity for them to talk about their relationship with you and what a great event it would be. So that's a good one. Also, Amy's sister, who is one of our Do It For Me clients, we wrote a social post on pickleball, and she had the idea from that to do a pickleball event, just a pickleball social. So there are just so many ideas. Amy, what are some of your favorites?
Well, I love anytime you can connect with them on hobbies. So I've seen everything from like cooking demonstrations to a little gardening thing where they walk away with a potted plant. Wine tasting is always popular. So really, whatever you're interested in, golf, things like that, your clients may be too. And that always makes for a memorable event.
Definitely. I think other ones that are more lead generation focused down at the bottom is COI. Centers of influences can be great partners to do events. And this works for webinars as well, because not only do you have somebody to sort of co-organize and co-present and co-host, but you also have access to their list of clients and prospects. And I've seen some really successful ones, even outside of the world of finance. So somebody partnering with a physician who focuses on mental and mental health, or nutrition and work-life balance, or the list goes on. But think about ways, are there centers of influence or topics of interest that even are a little outside of financial, where you could invite someone to partner with you, and that gives you access to a whole new list of people.
Love that.
Yes. So virtual events, and somebody just teed up this question. I love virtual events. Here we are doing one for the reason that they are so much easier to put on than an in-person event. They can be done pretty quickly. They are free for the most part. It is really easy to invite centers of influence or subject matter experts to join you, and they can be a great way to drive leads. So if you are not doing webinars, we really strongly encourage you to do so. And we'll definitely spend some time showing you how you can leverage the FMG platform, because we not only have the capability of promoting events, but we also have a whole repertoire of pre-built webinars that you can give, including the slides and scripts. And they are super sophisticated. We have, mid-market update, a year-end update, tax strategies, shredding event. We'll show you more in just a little bit.
One of the other things that I love about a virtual event is it's a great place to repurpose content. So as you create those replays, you can add a blog, you can add your content to YouTube. One of the things that we've started doing with these Did You Know webinars is creating little clips of the most important things and then sharing those. So it's just a great way you do the webinar once and then you share it a number of different ways.
Absolutely. And that is always everybody's nirvana, is you do something once and you can repurpose it in 10 ways and save yourself time. So webinar topics, what do you talk about on a webinar? Well, I think one of the ways that you can think about topics is in the last month or maybe the last quarter, what have clients been talking to you about? Again, both on the financial as well as maybe slightly outside of financial, even totally outside of financial. I know for me, what seems to be trending is caring for an aging parent, and all of the various options and considerations and financial considerations involved in making decisions for both preparing for, and in my case, someone who is in that assisted living off to memory care. It seems to be a very, very topical, a relevant topic that would be great. And you could partner with, somebody from an assisted living facility. You could partner with somebody that talks about long-term care insurance, whatever it might be. That might be one. Identity theft is another that has been really popular, and people partner with somebody from their local FBI office and talk about ways to ensure that you're protecting your identity and how to avoid phishing scams and things like that. But of course, also all of the financial topics that your clients and or prospects are talking to you about make for fantastic topics. Anything else you'd add, Amy?
Yeah, I saw a great tip the other day. Google is your friend here too. If you just type in, how do I get insurance if, and then it shows all the top things that people are putting and searching for in Google. So you can really find, play with that and find what are the most common things that people are asking, use those.
Excellent. So here is an image of one of the webinars that is probably our most popular. This is the State of the Markets 2023. At this point, Amy, do we want to stay with the slides, or are we going into the demo here?
We're going to hop into demo here. I just wanted to show this is what's coming your way. So when you look for your follow-up email, we have a whole checklist of the most important things when you're putting on a webinar.
Oh, yes, that one's awesome. And not just the steps to set it up, but we actually have a whole page of ideas of ways to repurpose the webinar in your marketing after you've had the webinar.
All right.
And yes, these webinars are on FMG. And we're going to show where to find them and how to leverage them.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I love Yay. Yay. Anybody who knows me, I have like a thing for exclamation points and smiley faces. So got to put those in.
All right.
All right. Where are we? We're in the dashboard, right? Okay.
Okay. So let's go to the events section over here. And I've created some so we can see how this all works. I'm going to first go to create an event to show you. These are the themes that Susan had mentioned. So we go in here. Here's the state of the market. There's a client appreciation one. Screen, let's move it over here. Yeah, so you can see, we picked some of the most popular ones that we've seen, and we've written content for them to promote them through a landing page, a email, social, even print on some of them. So if I were to choose that state of the market,
just to level set, these are kits. These are event kits already done for you. The slides are there. The speaking notes are there. We've written copy for the invitation. We've written copy for the email promotions. We've written copy for the social. We put images. We also make it super easy for you just to create your own event and pull in images from Canva, and it will still automatically generate a landing page. So as Amy takes you through this, envision that you could either take one of the events that we've already created for you, or honestly, just as easy, leverage it to promote an event that you are doing from on your own.
Yeah, so I grabbed one here that we already did, but as Susan said, everything is editable. We have in here a connection with Unsplash, so you can come in here and find your own images. You can pull things from.
Quick question, Amy, that we're getting in the chat, and I apologize. I think I know the answer to this, but is the event functionality only available if you are a premium subscriber?
Sure. So it depends on your package. Some and what's in there. So it's mainly a premium package, but it is one of our things that is a micro upgrade. So if you have the base package and you're not quite ready to go up to premium, you can purchase this event add-on for $49. So if you don't see it in there, you can contact our sales consulting team and they can help you. All right, so in here, you're going to put all of your event information. We had talked about webinars earlier. You can also pop in here your Zoom or whatever platform you're using and promote that there. And then, let's see, I'm going to go into one that I've already created, because what happens here is then once you put all your information in there, it's going to automatically route through compliance. So I'm going to pick one that's already approved in here. I have a Shred Day event. And here I can see this is all that information that we put in earlier, and that's been approved by compliance. And then it gives you this really nice landing page that that you can share. In here it has description of it. This is where someone would register for the event.
This is what I think is magic, because if somebody told me to create a landing page, I would be like, can I call my IT department? Because I don't know how to do that. But it automatically takes the information that you've typed in that little wizard and creates the landing page for you. If you are doing your own event, like we had a question from one of our attendees that they have their own firm's mid-year outlook. All they would do is they've got their PowerPoint and their presentation on their desktop. They don't need to, upload that to FMG, but they'd enter their information, pick their image, and the landing page is automatically created with the image they want and their information.
One of the things I like about this too is if you have an FMG website, you can create an events page. So if you're someone who does a lot of webinars, you can have that on your website. And you can choose to either show that there, or maybe you're doing a small client appreciation event. You can also use it and just hide it from there. So it gives you lots of options.
Amy, when people register for the event, I know that their name goes into the inbox on your dashboard. Does it get saved, or do you need to export that into an Excel spreadsheet, perhaps, the day after the event?
So you can download that as a CSV. It doesn't create a group in there, but you can download as a CSV. And then you'll also have it up here in your inbox. So I'll just show you where those RSVPs live. And then since you asked.
And I will answer another question. The tool has I think it's a 3-drip sequence, which is what we've found is the best at maximizing attendance. And it automatically takes people out that have registered. So it is an automatic drip reminding people to register. And if, after the second drip, somebody registers, they don't receive that 3rd drip, but they will receive the reminder to attend.
And what's nice too is that you can customize, like when someone RSVPs, that message that goes back to them. So you can, put in there, so excited to see you, and if you'd like to bring a friend, feel free to let us know. So that's also customizable.
And they're able to, it's the image that they choose as they're going through that wizard that is shown on the landing page, right, Amy? So they're personalizing that landing page should they be creating their own event.
Absolutely. And so, and I pulled up the image one they can use. We have a library of royalty-free images that they can use, but they can also pull anything off their desktop, personal photos, anything like that.
And once you are doing the webinar, you're using your preferred method, whether it's Zoom or, Google or GoTo or whatever it might be. And yes, to somebody's question, your attendees will be on that platform. FMG isn't connected to whichever platform you're using for the actual webinar. So we wouldn't know which of the registration people attended.
Right. So the in-person events or anything that you're not attaching them to, you're going to manage all your RSVPs right in the platform. But the webinar one, if you do pop that link in there, the registration just as you would normally do in Zoom. This one is an in-person event, so I'm managing all my RSVPs through FMG, and you can see that I registered for my own event, and I'm going to bring 2 friends. I can download that. The other place that you can see your RSVPs, because when the box pops up, it's an open comment box. So you might want to see what they wrote, so you can go into your inbox here, and you can view any messages from them. I think I said I'm excited to attend this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't show promoting it yet. Let's show that.
Yes,
so go back
to
my, yes, this is the other wow. So I'm going to my Shred Day event. And I have the option of promoting it by email, social media, or greeting cards. And as Susan mentioned, we think 3 is the optimal one. So we've created these for you. Your branding is going to be on there. We've spaced it all out for you.
I didn't realize it said like Van Halen. That got a laugh. But you could edit that if you wanted to.
You could edit that. You could edit that. So if I wanted to use this sequence, I'd go over here And this is where you can edit anything in here. So I can come in, it's saying, am I sure? Because when you edit it, it's going to go back to compliance. And once they approve that, it'll go out. And the editing tools are super easy, just as if you can edit Word, you come in here and you can change any of the content in here. I can update any of the images. Maybe I want to put a survey in here beforehand. I can add a button in there that says, you know, tell me, you know, I'm bringing my dog, my kids, or my grandparents, you know, whatever it may be, but you can use all of our editing tools within here. And then, you know, as you add, so I can then just send the email sequence as soon as it's ready. It works just as if you edit or send any emails through the system. I'm going to cancel out of here. Social media, the same thing. We've done all the images for you. We've done all the content for you, and it's there for you to edit.
And if you were setting up your own event, Amy, how would that work? Would it automatically pull in some of those images and just ask you to add copy?
Yeah, it will give you some basic images, but you know, if you're creating your own event, you're probably going to use your own imagery, and you'd have those same options that I showed you before of pulling from Unsplash or using your own.
Great.
This one also has a printed one, which is
I love this.
Red Day. So you've got the
print still rules.
Yes. So those are all your promotion options, and then this just runs for you. So it's an easy way to create a landing page, all of your promotions, and manage your RSVPs right from one place.
And somebody asked, what are best practices to drive attendance? And truly what we have found as best practices is omni-channel promotion. So it has, I mean, putting on an event can be very difficult because you think about, you know, especially an in-person, but even a webinar where you're backing into, okay, it's a week and a half away. What do I need to do between now and then? And honestly, it's a lot of work. So this is what takes that off and follows marketing best practices, which is 3 email drips leading up to the event. We recommend, we've had the best success not doing it too far in advance. I would say no more than 2 weeks ahead. I would probably opt for more like start that first email a week and a half ahead. People are, you know, sort of attention deficit disorder. And unless it's a really big webinar where you've invited, you know, a really big names, you know, celebrity type or a topic that you think will really get a ton of interest, then you might want to back that out and have the drips be a little bit further apart. But a condensed drip of 3 emails followed by, if you are opening it to the public and you would welcome prospects, which isn't always the case, you would use social. If you were keeping it really tight with just certain people that you wanted to invite, then you would not use the social sequence. But the combination of email and social lends itself to getting the best responses. We do webinars all the time, and we're seeing most of our registrations are coming from the email. We do get some that come clicking through social, but we also know that we're getting impressions on our social, which probably are helping the conversions of our email. If you add it to your website, there's one more channel. And if you send a print invitation, I think you generate a lot more interest. I might reserve that for an in-person event. But also doing a print follow-up email, I mean, a print follow-up greeting card is a great way to increase conversions of those that did attend and or those that didn't attend. And you say, you know, we missed you.
Absolutely. All right. So do we want to show anything else in here? Or do you want to pop back to the
Getting a question on if we've had success with promoting events on social ads? And I will be perfectly honest, not really. Surprisingly, we've mainly done LinkedIn as our target audience is financial advisors versus Facebook. And we have not, we're going to continue to test and try to optimize, but we have not seen an overwhelming success given the cost. So we find that email and just our own social. One of the things you probably saw in some of our emails that you've been getting is we do a reminder the day of, and we tend to use a GIF, a funny, you know, sort of GIF saying, you know, it's now. Those, we usually increase our attendance by sometimes 30%, if not more, the day of the event with an email like that that's just short and punchy and fun.
All right, so we've got about 5 minutes left. We've got a few slides to end with here, and then we can take, if there's other questions we want to take here. Susan, you want to talk about the mobile app, our new feature?
Oh, yeah. Okay, if you haven't heard of this, this is super cool. A GIF is, how would you describe a GIF? It's an animated, funny picture, like you see a lot of GIFs that are used scenes from The Office, or sometimes somebody will send you like a happy birthday GIF and it's a dog dancing or something. It's just a moving little mini tiny video. Is there a better way to describe that?
Yeah, no, that's great. This is an example of one too. You can see we created this GIF of just like, it could be how to do something. Like, I like the funny ones for the webinars, but this is an example of a GIF that it just plays.
Yeah. If ask any 20-year-old that you know, and they can show you how to find lots of GIFs. But this is on our mobile app. So I don't know if anybody has our mobile app. If you don't, please go download it. It's very fun, cool, easy to use, saves you time, and animated photo sequence without sound. Thank you, Andrew. That is perfect. So on our mobile app, you have access to Curator, which will enable you to send out articles on any topic, through of publications, public publications. So from Barron's or Forbes or any of the news outlets. It could be something on boating, or it could be something on the Fed. You pick. It enables you to sort of curate your own feed. And then through AI, it actually will refine your feed. But what's really cool is that we now make it really easy for you to share with an awesome caption. Because I don't know about you, but when I go to write a social media post, I will spend a really long time thinking about and writing that caption that goes with the article I want to share. Now we have integrated ChatGPT into our Curator mobile app. And as you can see in this GIF, you picked an article on, reasons to retain your mortgage in retirement. And you click a button and it writes the caption for you, including emojis, question, hashtag. And we have trained the ChatGPT based on what we believe are social media best practices and what the algorithms of popular social platforms like. So this is really cool. We'd love you to check it out.
I think we've got the QR code here. So, sorry.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. So this is the QR code. If you want to download the mobile app, you can also find it at the bottom of our FMG website. Here's the Google Play and App Store, to download that.
Yeah, and Curator is on the desktop version as well. But I think the ChatGPT integration may just be on the mobile. Is that right, Amy?
Yeah. So phase one of it is just mobile. So you have to download the mobile, and that's where you'll get that functionality on desktop that will be coming.
Perfect. Yes. So last, I'm just going to touch on something called our Do It For Me marketing program. This is something that is a super passion point for me. And I know we're getting close to the half-hour mark. Every month, Amy, myself, Samantha Russell, we're brainstorming what are the best topics that we could write for advisors, having all been, Amy and I have been advisors, and Samantha is super close to what works in marketing for advisors. And we write in your voice 3 blogs, 3 emails. We version them for prospects and clients. We do, 15 to 20 social posts. We have optional content. And then we have a marketing specialist who is there to help you execute this content. And what advisors love is they take the content, they can choose to opt in or out of any of the pieces we write. They can change the dates around, they can personalize it and add their own photos or change any of the copy. And the specialist will take care of executing it. The comments and reviews that we were getting from our Do It For Me customers they make my day. We get some almost every day from advisors who are just thanking us for saving time. And they talk about how they've seen AUM grow, revenue grow, engagement grow, open rates grow. So lots of great stuff there. As it relates to events, the specialist will help our different clients execute an event quarterly. And that includes helping to promote it to prospects. I know one of the questions was, how do I use webinars to get more prospects? I don't want to just email my clients. I want to get prospects, and building that prospect database is something that our Do It For Me people can help from a strategy perspective. And if you would like to learn more about Do It For Me, Amy, I guess the best thing is to email marketing@fmgsuite.com, we'll type it in there, marketing. Oh, there we go.
We did
Marketing. And we have a QR code if anybody would like to just use that. And let's talk about our upcoming webinars that you had on the last page.
Great.
So August. Oh, you go.
You get Susan and I again in August. We're going to talk about game-changing ways to use our content library. So we're super excited about that because we really love the whole content strategy. And then in September, we're going to go back to social media and we're going to talk about how to optimize your LinkedIn. And then by October, Elise will be back. So she will be hosting then. All right.
Wonderful.
Susan, you did really good. We got right to 12:30.
Perfect. And I'm trying really hard to answer questions as they're coming in. If we missed any questions, just shoot us an email at marketing@fmgsuite.com and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Yes, there's the QR code again. We will end with that up. And thank you, Amy, for leading us through that and for inviting me to join you.
Absolutely. And thanks for coming today. We really appreciate it. Have a great day.